What's going on, guys? I'm Wealthy Future. Welcome to the channel, and today I've got a pretty exciting and important one today on Bitcoin for you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, some of the price predictions I have for Bitcoin, some of the news surrounding Bitcoin, and some other charts that I think you guys will think are pretty interesting. So just looking at a chart of Bitcoin head on here, you can see that we have had a massive rally recently. If we look further back in the chart, you can see that we had support. In the beginning of the 2021 year, we had some nice support back here, and we started to find support at these same levels these past couple of months. And as you can see, a beautiful rally off of this support. Now we are trading at this resistance level currently. We have the potential to see a massive downside for Bitcoin here. However, judging the chart and looking at the overall context, I think that what we are setting up for is a break of this resistance line inside of this wedge pattern forming. And what we could see, if we see a break of this, we could see a test of all-time highs. Now, looking at Bitcoin's stock to flow model, you can see that we have been trading underneath the stock to flow line for quite a while now, for levels that we haven't seen in a very long time. We're starting to curl up here on the stock to flow model, which is a really good sign. Pretty much all the stock to flow model is a prediction of future Bitcoin price, and it is a really good sign now that we are starting to curl up and heads back towards the stock to flow line. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the outside factors that could help influence the positive price action of Bitcoin. And one of those is public companies that have actual holdings in Bitcoin. Companies like MicroStrategy, and MicroStrategy's CEO Michael Saylor, he personally owns over $700 million worth of Bitcoin. Obviously, the most popular company that owns Bitcoin would be Tesla, and possibly just equally as popular is Square. Now, although public companies having massive positions in Bitcoin would seem like a positive thing for Bitcoin, but I want to touch on an article. Powell says a Fed digital currency could undercut need for cryptocurrencies, and I wanted to highlight two paragraphs here. Powell said he was skeptical that crypto assets would become a main payments vehicle in the US, but said stablecoins might gain traction. However, he said more regulation is needed before stablecoins could take on a bigger role. We have a pretty strong regulatory framework around deposits, for example, market funds, that doesn't exist currently for stablecoins, and if they're going to be a significant part of the payments universe, which we don't think crypto assets will be, but stablecoins might be, then we need an appropriate regulatory framework. So pretty much what the Federal Reserve Chairman is saying is that he doesn't think Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is going to come to life at all. He's basically saying that he does not think that companies like Apple, Amazon, and even your local grocery store will eventually accept cryptocurrency. I definitely agree there needs to be some form of regulatory framework. There are currently companies that do accept Bitcoin already, one of them being Microsoft. I did not actually know this, but Microsoft does accept Bitcoin for stuff like Xbox. Companies like PayPal accept Bitcoin, Overstock, which is sort of similar to Amazon, Whole Foods. In May 2019, a cryptocurrency dam broke when a payment startup called Flexa joined forces with Gemini to incorporate Flexa into digital scanners. Instantly converted Bitcoins into dollars was Whole Foods. And Starbucks as well accepts Bitcoin. Newegg, Home Depot. So regardless of what Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, is saying, There's obviously companies already taking a hold of the wheel and accepting Bitcoin as form of payment, and I think it's only a matter of time before bigger companies like Amazon and Apple start to incorporate and adopt Bitcoin payments. There was a recent podcast called The B Word with Cathie, Elon Musk, and Jack Dorsey, and they talked about Bitcoin. In this podcast, Cathie basically said that she still believes Bitcoin is an inflation hedge. She talks about how there are a lot of emerging markets that are currently suffering and migrating towards Bitcoin in hopes of escaping inflation. So going back to the chart on Bitcoin one last time, I just want to do a quick peek. So we have this beautiful support that we just recently respected. We're currently trading in this wedge. So what I'm looking for in Bitcoin is for us to come out of this resistance line. You can see we kind of have a cup forming here. And what we could form is a handle and then break out of this resistance. Now, if we break out of this resistance, there is really no telling how high we can go. I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin long term. I think within the next couple of years, we will be well over 100K per Bitcoin. Please do your own research. It's really fun looking at news and things happening in the crypto and Bitcoin world. I personally am looking really hard for a break out of this resistance, and hopefully here soon we will start to see moves back towards these all-time highs, push higher up into towards 100K. Thank you guys for watching, man. I'm Wealthy Future. I hope this Bitcoin video helped you to maybe decide on what kind of action you want to take towards Bitcoin. I know personally I will be investing. I'll be investing for the short term and the long term here on Bitcoin. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, leave me a comment, guys, and I will be pumping out daily content, so be sure to subscribe and don't miss out. See you guys next time.